Welcome back to the Empire of Ireland. Today we need to do some diplomacy. As some of you pointed out in the last episode, we really need to go ahead and handle all of these factions and the many lords that really aren't content with our rule at the moment. I just noticed. The Queen of England is in our pocket though. She is our friend, so she can't join any factions against us. That's going to be a relief because she's actually quite a big part of our empire here. How many units? Only 4,000 units, however, but nevertheless, she is quite a big chunk of our empire, so we don't want to lose her. Of course, we are currently in a war with Sweden. Nothing changes there. That's a consistent thing over the last week or two. So yeah, we're going to be dealing with Sweden today. First thing I want to do, though, is, let's see. We are currently on domestic affairs, as one of you pointed out. It just seems that even though we are already on domestic affairs, our vassals just really do not like us. So we're going to have to try and balance that one out somehow. First, though, we probably should continue the war with Sweden. Where's our army? Okay, yes, our army's up here because they took this. We only have our men-at-arms raised. Is that going to be enough? Quite possibly. Let's go ahead and start sieging some land. What's the men count looking like? They have 1,800 men. Is Sweden in a war with anyone else? They're not. It's just against me. Okay, so if they do raise some more men, we also have our levies. We absolutely need them. Today, my son Harold was taught a lesson in vassal management by Ifni. There was quite a complicated course necessary, but perhaps a bit beyond Harold's grasp. I must let things take their time, Harold says. Only by being patient and letting my subjects work at their own pace may I rule wisely. Harold seems unaware that some subjects would willfully waste his time. Patience will serve you well, child. So it looks like my son Harold here is going to be patient. Before we continue with this war, I did remember something. We need to work on our vassals. Mainly the kings and queens. So we've got the Queen of England in our pocket. She's good. But what about the Queen of Scotland? You see, she really doesn't like us. In fact, there's a high chance that she's probably supporting at least one of these factions. Who are you? Oh no, you're the Queen of Wales. The Queen of Scotland is actually not against us yet. Unless she's in the oh no, she's in the dissolution faction. Okay, that's not good. Wants to destroy the realm with the leech. That's really not good. So what we could do with her, she has a very good martial stats here. So we could start by pulling her on our council. Now our current marshal has 24, but he's not my vassal. So we could definitely swap this out. In fact, I think I'm going to do that. So let's go ahead and make the Queen of Scotland our marshal. She's going to hate us just slightly less now. Are we swaying anyone at the moment? We're currently swaying Princess Elfswith. My sister, my steward, and vassal. But she already likes me. So let's go ahead and swap focus and start swaying the Queen of Scotland here. Because she has another big chunk of the empire which we don't want to lose. Now, the Kingdom of Wales is quite small. In fact, they're not really a danger we need to worry about right now. They're already in 2 wars, so I think it'd be silly if they rose up against us. And of course, the other big ruler would be the King of Sweden, but we're currently dealing with him anyway. So let's go ahead and do this. I might even have some spare artifacts to gift you. What about this Eggenacht rifle and spear? It's only got 4 years left in its lifespan, but it is a spear of our family from our ancestors. Maybe the Queen of Scotland would appreciate such a gift. Let's go ahead and do that. There we go. I never know where the button is. Eggenacht rifle and spear. She would accept that. Do I get to see... Will that increase opinion? Very slightly. Okay, what if I just gift you, like, all of the artifacts? Maybe that would be going a bit too overboard, though. I mean, they're not going to do anything just sat in my inventory, are they? So we also have Chieftain Lavro's dagger. Can I not just gift it from here? Yeah, I can't, can I? Unfortunately not. Maybe it'll be a bit easier. No, okay, that's going to close that. It's fine. This is a necessary thing we're going to do here. Unfortunately, it seems to link everything. Ah, there we go. There's the dagger. That's going to increase opinion ever so slightly again. I'm not quite sure if this is worth it, but, you know, a little bit is better than nothing. Do we have anything rare? Like, what about this? Masterworks trinket. That's a slightly better quality. It's a masterwork. And we're not using this, the Taper of St. David. So what if I go ahead and gift you this? I think you could appreciate this, the Taper of St. David. Oh, you actually... Oh, we're gaining stress because we're greedy here. Oh. Oh, I try my best, guys. I really do. Okay, maybe that's enough of that if we're greedy then. We can write some thoughts down at least. Let's go ahead and do that to try and handle our stress. I grab a pen and open my journal. With each sentence that graces the paper, I feel my shoulders relaxing. The clarity this process brings is unrivaled. I dip my pen once more, so we lose a little bit of stress there. Is there anything else we can do to lose stress? I don't think so. Maybe we could go on a hunt. I think hunt would lose us a bit of stress. What about a feast? No, we're shy, so that doesn't make sense. Maybe we should go on a hunt. It's going to cost us a little bit of gold, but we need to really reduce this before it becomes an even bigger problem. So let's go ahead and sound the horn. And then just double check. I am swaying the Queen of Scotland. So we're working on things slowly. And after we've settled this war with Sweden, I think it'll be a good idea just to slow down a little bit. To get our diplomacy in check. I'm riding ahead of the group as the plains suddenly grow still around me. The silence is almost palpable and I struggle to hear even the noise of the horses' hooves. Just as I am about to turn back to find the others, I glimpse ahead of me. Blurry as in a dream, a heart as white as snow. Now I heard a rumour in court that my father, or my grandfather, I forget which one, also had a vision such as this, and people thought him foolish, but maybe it really does exist. Like something from a tale, I must have it. Considering my grandfather, let's say, I think he saw it as well. I think it's safe to go after it ourselves. Prove he wasn't a fool. I follow the white hart into the plains. An almost unnatural silence hangs heavy over us, and the sudden sound of a voice startles me. My lord, there you are. I turn around to see the rest of my party having caught up to me. As I look back, the hart is gone. Yeah, damn it. It might have gone away this time. I'm sure it exists, though. I've seen it with my own eyes now. So we will go ahead and try and hunt that again. The hunt is drawing to an end. We mount our horses to leave the plains behind as the light fades from the sky. In spite of our difficulties along the way, the hunt went very well. We return home reinvigorated, so we gain some prestige. What about our stress? Oh yes, that's done wonders for our stress there. I'm having the notes for my translation of the elements read back to me when, my lord, please forgive me, but did you fall asleep? Heavens above, this classic is a piece of absolute drivel. I need a break from all this. Yeah, let's let everyone else carry on the translation. And I'm gonna just go ahead and... maybe we could even hold court, actually. I think we should go ahead and hold court as emperor. Show my vassals that I'm willing to solve any problems they may have. Let's go ahead and gesture for the first in line to approach. Before me stands Mormaer Temmen of Angus, his head hung low. So Duke Seymour's steward. Who is Duke Seymour? Queen... Ah, that's the Queen of Scotland. Okay. Somewhere in the Empire of Ireland. The Empire's getting quite large now. It's hard to keep track of people. My lord, Kiramer has been hit hard by the recent enemy occupation. The people are starving, our fields are not recovering, and our livestock is not enough to survive anymore. We beg you to intervene and to save your devoted subjects with your great magnanimity. I know this word. I just can't say it. Magnanimity. There we go. I got there. He bows deeply and falls silent. Now, because we are greedy, I feel like we should go with this. You better pay your taxes or there will be consequences. Oh, that's going to ruin the opinion. But greed is greed. In times of war, you must pay your taxes. I just realized you can actually see our wooden leg down there. I forgot that we were one-legged. Yes, war doesn't mean you can't pay taxes. We need taxes to fund the armies. Without the armies, who will protect you against these invaders? My kinswoman Olwen comes to me asking me to annul her betrothal to my son and heir Oswald. He is driven by sin, he is always so perverse, and he is unpleasant to boot. Please free me from this obligation, my lord. You do realise you're talking about my son, right? I hope you realise that, Olwen. You're going to have to learn to keep your tongue in check if you're going to be Queen of the Empire one day. Yeah, that's my son you're talking about. You're gonna lose opinion of us there. Hopefully this little lesson will teach her. She's still a child, so there's time to learn. But that's her last straw. A markedly disgruntled Queen Sitzlava hurries to your throne. Liege, my legal rights over the earldom of Athol are well attested. Those tracts have long been considered an integral part of my Duchy of Albany. Will you support my claim and have your friend Queen Ifni relinquish what does not belong to her? Now this could be good. Now we are friends with the Queen of England, which is Queen Ifni here. But we are trying to improve our relation with the Queen of Scotland. But the earldom of Athol, I think that should actually be a part of her duchy, if I'm not mistaken. Where is that? Yeah, that's all the way up here. For some reason, that belongs to the Queen of England. So I do actually stand with the Queen of Scotland here. We took back our historical lands from the Vikings, and I think Scotland should also be entitled to their historical lands. However, because we are just, we can't pick these. We could use, you must win it by the sword, or Ifni's claim is the true. Oh dear. We gotta stick to our traits. I think we can pull it to the sword. You must win it by the sword, because we're an aspiring blade master. That's actually very fitting. Let's see who wins. Queen Ifni wins the duel. Okay, so England are going to maintain control over that barony, it seems. As the last petitioner departs, various courtiers follow them out of the room, having business to attend elsewhere. Others remain, talking amongst themselves about the recent proceedings. Soon the ceremonial formality of the proceedings has dropped away entirely, with the hum and bustle of normal courtly life taking its place. My business here is done. What a fun court session. We even finished it off with a good old-fashioned duel. I found the Swedish armies. Okay, in that case, I think if we raise all the men here, it's going to be very expensive. It's going to take 2 months. The levy should be able to deal with this, and we're no longer overwhelmed with stress. That's good news. That's very good news. Our bank account is not looking so good, though. I think the levy should be able to just handle this purely because of the numbers advantage, right? We have a lot of levies here. It's going to take about 3 weeks from now to raise them all. That's fine. We have some stuff going on here. You are... We could call you to the war. You only have 500 men. I don't think we need you right now. I'm going to let you get stronger. All is fine in the Empire of Ireland. Ifni has given birth to a daughter. Oh yeah, I forget my wife has the same name as the Queen of England. Oh dear. This gets rather confusing. Okay, but she's given me a daughter. And she's wheezing. That's not good, is it? Elfrith. There we go. That's a very nice name. I will go ahead and ping you as well, just so we can keep an eye on your education. In fact, is your education already sorted? I think it is, right? Yes. So let's go ahead and unpin these guys, just to clean things up a bit. We're going to keep my heir pinned and then any uneducated children there. Just to try and keep this sidebar a little tidier. Let's go ahead and deal with this siege. And then we'll disband the levies. Would be good to kind of get this over and done with. The constant effort to translate the elements is tiring. The relentless focus, understanding, and creativity required drains me as I move ever closer to its completion. The book can wait for... Yeah, we're very stressed. I think the book can wait for a while. We're in war. There's more important things. I seized for all thing romance. It's a famed trinket. I know who would want this. The Queen of Scotland. Let's go ahead and give her... Oh, the problem is, though... Like, can I go back here? Ah, okay, that's... We gain stress because we are greedy. But... At the same time, we're also trying to pull together the Empire and try and make her our friend. So I still think it's within roleplay. We don't like it that we're trying to make her our friend, but for the future of the Empire and to keep my crown, I think this is a necessary stress I have to commit to. So let's go ahead and give her this. There we go. That's looking a little bit better now, isn't it? We go ahead and look at factions. Is she... Oh! this faction seems to have disbanded. So she's not actually in a faction against me either. So we've made some progress there. We missed the Swedish army as well. Maybe we can catch up with them in time. We'll have to see. There we go. 9,000 men against their 1,000. And we're lucky. We could also kill the King of Sweden here. Or even capture him. But sadly, no such luck there. And we did manage to kill one of his vassals, though. Let's go ahead and disband these men. If we'll go ahead and merge them first, then it should be just a bit easier to disband. Come on, Swedish men, get away from us. There we go. My translation of the elements finally stands complete. My words rest on beautifully illuminated pages, all are protected by a lavish cover, as befits the work's importance. The tome has taken pride of place in my library, and every priest who reads it is mightily impressed by my efforts. Some are already speaking of making copies of their own. This effort has taught me so much. So oh wow, we gain piety, prestige, and clergy opinion for 10 years. We get a new perk and +1 learning because, oh no, we lose this, but we gain this. Okay, that makes sense. There we go. That's all looking good. Right, let's go ahead and learn something new. Mental, is it time between mental breaks +3 years? Could be useful because we're struggling with this. We could learn to wash our hands as well, though. Reduced chance of contracting illnesses. Reduced chance for courtiers to contract illnesses. Let's learn to wash our hands. Why not? And we're going to bring some basic hygiene into the Empire. Oh dear, now that we've got rid of the Vikings. How long ago did you guys finish the siege? They've just been sat there doing nothing. It's fine. The war's almost won, which is good news as well. And then we can start focusing on this gold issue we have. We are on, yeah, we're on collect taxes. Yeah, we're just really in a bad situation financially at the moment. We're not as rich as we once were. My wife, Empress Ifni, is with child and I should be overjoyed. However, she's been acting strange and I cannot shake the feeling that something is wrong. It is hard to believe she would ever betray me like this, but could it be that I am not the father? We're soulmates, come on. She's my soulmate. However, I think I should look in... Let's go ahead and look into this discreetly and see if she's hiding anything. I guess it always pays to... just to make sure. It seems that my fears may have been unfounded. Despite every effort of the part of my spies, I have found no indication that Empress Ifni has been unfaithful. I should have known. I should have trusted her. Unfortunately, she has found out about my suspicions and is very disappointed in me. Of course, I trusted you all along, dear. Oh dear, this could be issue. Independence faction has risen against me. Independence faction. That's somewhere along here. So far, it's just these guys. Okay, so this is within the Kingdom of Ireland. That's fine. As long as we have the other kingdoms, such as England and whatnot, we should end the war fast. Sweden is now allied with the Byzantine Empire. And that's a problem because the Byzantine Empire, 29,000 manpower. What? Soldiers, please siege faster. 21 days. Please let this siege be the end of the war. I cannot have the Byzantines join. Oh, it's not the end of the war. Oh dear. What we could do... I don't think we can even offer white peace. No, we could. You establish a truce and gain a title revocation reason against them. Okay, so a white peace would actually work. However, what's the difference between enforced demands? We gain 20 dread. Oh, and we instantly imprison him. Okay. Now, will I... If I don't offer the white peace now, I wonder if when the Byzantines join, would this acceptance go right down because of their manpower? Or is it because here it only says, yeah, base reluctance and war score. So maybe it won't change. Let's go ahead and test that, shall we? I might live to regret this. Yeah, okay, so the enemy, the Byzantines have now joined the war. However, offer of white peace is still there. In which case, depending how long this siege is going to take, the siege is going to take 4 months. I don't think the Byzantines will reach us in 4 months. So I still think we can win this war. This is very much a war of speed now. Defeat them before the Byzantines come. We have another perk as well. Why don't we go for mental resilience now? Just so that, because we are on the border of having a stress issue again. So if we can delay the mental breaks, that would be valuable to us. While his numerous attempts to curry my favour have not gone unnoticed, I cannot feel but irritated by old Dan's sudden interest in me. So Dan is my brother-in-law, vassal and knight. And I cannot shake the feeling that the man's intentions are not pure. Why can he not leave me in peace? Yeah, why can he not leave me in peace? I won't be too rude about it, because I am shy and I don't want to risk confrontation to his face, of course. Who are you? My vassal Reeve Dub has excelled during our recent battles and my court is buzzing with excitement. What an accomplished knight, what a role model, what a man. With all the praise raining down on him, it is made clear that I am expected to officially reward him in some manner. Am I now? 26 Paris. Okay, that's... You are an impressive knight. You are very impressive. He is the new lord of the Eldom of Slesvig. Isn't this one of our newly acquired counties which we're having troubles with? Yeah, that's over here. I wouldn't actually mind giving this away to you then. Because that solves the problem of me having to deal with all the religion and culture issues and control issues. Let's make Reeve Dub here a lord. I think he's earned the right to have some land, and we're going to give him the newly acquired land in Denmark. And as a holy warrior, I think he will enjoy this new religious venture, because over here it's still very much Asa true. So he can go ahead and fix that for me. Where's the Byzantines, I wonder? I can't see them yet. That's because I'm not zoomed out far enough. They might be already closer than I imagined. I'm not quite sure. I don't think they're arriving just yet. They are quite a while away. If we see them pop up on the coast, then we know we should probably just submit white peace. We're so close to winning the war, though. There we go. We've done it just in time. Let's go ahead and enforce our demands. We can imprison the King of Sweden, our long rival. At last, we've got one up on him. To my liege, may you live in harmony and contentment. I know when I am defeated, it seems I am left with no choice but to comply with your demands. So you're insular Swedish, so be it. Let's go ahead and disband the men. Byzantine Empire, do you still have that alliance as well? Oh, you do. That's so dangerous. I'm going to have to revoke your title. I just can't risk this. We can do this, though, because he refused imprisonment, because he revolted against me, and he's a fornicator. So it's time we removed the King of Sweden. Let's go ahead and revoke his title. And what we need to do... Wait. Nominate successor. Okay, this is... So, the title of Sweden, don't worry, all is under control. We go to the Kingdom of Sweden. They currently have Scandinavian elective law. I could remove the law for some prestige, but instead, let's go ahead and grant this to someone more suitable for the role. Now, first of all, we do want someone who's Irish Orthodox, and probably someone who's a part of my dynasty as well, I think would be useful. Now, is there anyone who is trusting in here? Probably a lot of people. So let's go ahead and filter that down. I need someone who's trusting to venture on this. There we go. That's quite a selection of people. My son, you're too young. You're 13. We need someone who's not too old here. So they have enough time to fix things. What about you? You're patient. You're trusting. And you're gregarious. See, I don't think you would cause any problems for me. You're Welsh Norse, so that's fine. We're a multicultural empire now. You haven't got the best stats, but maybe that's something you can fix through marriage. Do we have anyone else who could take this? What about you? You're trusting, you're honest, and you're an ambitious. Ambitious could be a problem. I think we're going to go with Rognefria. Oh dear, maybe she can teach me how to pronounce her name. If I give you the Kingdom of Sweden and the Earldom of Uppland, we're going to gain stress because we're greedy though, which is unfortunate. But the problem here is I would want to put her on my council as well. Let's not do that. I would want someone with good skills. So as of right now, Chancellor and Marshal is taken. Spymaster's taken by my son. My sister's job could be replaced, I guess. We don't really have anyone in here who's trusting and good at stewardship. What about intrigue? And I guess my son, you're gonna have to go off the council. Unfortunately, do you have anything else you're good at? Not really. But if we don't secure the empire, you won't have anything to rule over when the time comes. So it's gonna be, it's going to have to be this way, unfortunately, son. Although, yeah, things aren't very good here either, are they? What if we don't care about the dynasty? Things are looking a little bit better here. So you're forgiving, zealous, and trusting. Zealous could be very useful. Faith conversion cost. Actually, it's not so good, is it? Forgiving. You're just and stubborn. Temperate and patient. Maybe Ellsworth here. I think we're going to go with Osred of Norfolk. He's Anglo-Saxon, he's a tough soldier, he's a master hunter, a forest fighter, but he's also trusting, just, and stubborn. I think we can trust him with the Kingdom of Sweden. That's going to give us critical stress, which is not good, but it should also give us a vassal who we can trust a little bit more. So now we go into our council and we go over to our steward. I should have somewhere in here. There we go, the King of Sweden. Let's go ahead and assign him to that steward position. We can keep him in check, and hopefully Sweden won't be an issue to us. We're also... oh, jeez. This is going to cause us a lot of issues. Yeah, stress for transferring vassals. Oh dear. We've also got some stuff happening at court. Royal artifacts. We're missing some furniture. Oh, I didn't have this before. So we have a royal statue. Prestige, tyranny, loss, and court grandeur bonus. A beautiful statue of King Ulf, painted and excellently carved. The king is famous for... King Ulf? Oh, we hated King Ulf. No. Oh, no. And a Swedish chest. A chest of excellent craftsmanship is constructed from yew planks. You know what we could do, actually? Let's put King Ulf on display by the fire. Because then we can always mock him and remember that's what happens to rivalries and feuds. That's what happens. Make an example out of King Ulf. I think that's a good narrative there. Right. Things are looking better. Sweden's on our side. Scotland is, as is England. Scotland is still kind of wavering, so let's unpause. We are swaying them. Hopefully we can address that. A faction targeting us has disbanded, so this is going to help this stuff here. That's all fine. Greetings, my thoughtful liege. I've arrived in Dublin to pay homage to you, glorious Emperor, as a show of my loyalty. I hope my pledge of submission alone is evidence enough of my honour. Let's go ahead and show in Queen Ifni, the Queen of England here. I wait patiently on my throne for the arrival of Queen Ifni, who is soon announced and ushered before me. She kneels in deference, offering nothing but her oath to faithfully serve as a vassal of the Empire. At last I bid for Queen arise, confirming my satisfaction, and Ifni's rights to the land she rules in my stead. Serve me well, my queen. Well, not my queen, but the queen, I guess. We get some court grandeur and some renown. No gold, but it's fine. Her pledge is enough for me. Dangerous faction. Danish insular popularists. Now that's a lot of vassals. Oh dear. So we've solved the Swedish problem. However, we do very much have a Danish problem. Where are you guys? Oh, you're up here. You should be the King of Sweden's problem. Now, I do wonder. What's going to be more stressful? Giving Sweden, the King of Sweden, his rightful vassals, or dealing with this dangerous rebellion? I think it's less stressful to hand it over to the new King of Sweden. If we go ahead and do that, suddenly there shouldn't be any reason for the Danish insular populists. At least I hope so. It should pass on over to the King of Sweden. And it looks like my wife has given me another daughter. Let's go ahead and call you Gunhilda. There we go. That's a throwback to the early episodes, isn't it? Let's go ahead and name you Gunhilda. That should be a perfect name. How are these factions looking? Ah, you see, now there's a lot less vassals. Because these guys, I do control these guys. Sadly, their rightful liege isn't actually the King of Sweden. I've been studying the ancient religious texts and the writings of scholars, and they all seem to agree that the world will end 6,000 years after its creation. By my calculations, we are less than a century away. However, my patriarch Swearfred urges me to keep it to myself, leave it to the clergy, and avoid panic. What if your calculations are wrong? I think I should consult with more priests. Let's get a bigger understanding on the issue and get some more opinions. We are a learned man, so I don't think I would be wrong about this. All babies cry, but with little Gunhilda there is no end to the tears. I desperately want the midwife to ease my worries, but her furrowed brow makes everything worse. The little lady is not gaining weight as she should. We would take good care of her, my lord, but in the end her life is in God's hand. Oh gosh, she's sickly. That's not good. Hopefully I don't lose my child here. That wouldn't be ideal. What's this? Ransom. The King of Sweden for 25 gold. Oh no, okay. Yes, I will accept that. Very well, that's fair. We can also imprison criminals. Prince Oswulf, what have you done? You're excommunicated. Okay, I remember that, but right now we need to address this issue. I think it is fixing itself. We're replenishing this. We're still at a loss, though, which is a little worrying. Countess Leofron has approached me, claiming she has discovered who was behind a failed murder plot against Earl Megastost. She has offered to provide me with anything she knows, including names and evidence, in exchange for a favour to be rendered on a future date. I will not be blackmailed. Yeah, some stones are better left unturned. I won't be blackmailed. My counsel is very important to me. Another ransom. Oh, I pay you 75 gold. For who? Yeah, for who? No. he has no value to me. I mean, I know he had some good traits there, but his prowess was still very low, so even as a champion, he's not going to serve me that well. Notable guest has arrived, has a claim. We're not doing any wars right now. We have other priorities. I am out with my retinue in Dublin when the road twists and takes us in close to the plains. It is there I see it once more, shimmering in the sun, the white hart. I turn to alert the others, but as I turn back, the heart is already gone. It taunts me. Oh, we're stressed again. This is not good. Of late, my courtiers seem to avoid me at all costs. I hear whispers, but they think I am too stern, but I adhere closely to the letter of the law rather than its spirit. But that just means that I rule with a firm hand. It doesn't mean that I'm a monster, does it? I don't think I'm a monster. I think I'm quite just. I am greedy, but not a monster. Let's see, because we do have the journaler trait, I think we shall seek solace in my journal. That's reduced our stress level a little bit, but we still are stressed. As I struggle to make out the tiny letters on the scroll before me, I feel a headache building once again. Why do scribes insist on writing such small symbols? I squint and try again. Nothing short of a miracle. With the aid of a stone of glass, even old men struggling with bad eyesight could read with ease. We could just sell everything, which is impossible to read. I mean, it does fix our gold issue, because we're running at a loss at the moment. We also lose some stress, so I feel like it's fitting. Let's just go ahead and sell everything, which is impossible to read. If I can't read it, then a man with all my learning, I mean 31 learning, I don't think anyone else would make use of them. As I open my eyes in the dark, I am immediately overwhelmed by an ominous feeling. Is someone watching me? Are you ready to embrace the truth, Wolfmare? I sit up, suddenly completely awake. I look around for the source of the unfamiliar woman's voice, but there are only shadows. The horned god offers you his blessings. Will you accept it? Now let's think about this for a second. We have a strong sense of justice. We avoid interacting with other people. And we keep a tight grip on my purse and is always looking for ways to engorge it. We're not particularly sinful. And of course, actually, we are a devoted servant to the Lord. So I don't think dedicating ourselves to the horned god is actually fitting within our character here. I want nothing to do with this. Begone, demon! I know that my father may have been a witch, but a witch for me, that's not a life I wish to go down. There we go. We are managing to sway the Queen of Scotland as well. All is looking better. Oh, maybe I spoke too soon. The curse of death has fallen upon my court. A case of smallpox has been discovered. The unfortunate victim is my guest, Jacob. Ah, Jacob, why have you brought the pox here? The taint possessing his flesh is a danger to us all. While he remains afflicted, no life at court is safe. Is there something? Can I dismiss you? It cost me prestige. I need to send him away. We're going to go ahead and... He is a guest, but we can't have him. Isolate him and pray for redemption. We're going to dismiss him, and hopefully the pox hasn't spread by the time he takes his leave. My son Harold seems to have been having a difficult time at our latest feast. He slipped underneath one of the tables and hid from people for the entire meal. I know how you feel, son. Trust me. The important thing is that the guests know you were there. Yeah, my son is also shy. It runs in the family, I guess. No, I can't be pressing your claims. You better not have brought the pox to my lands either. If you've brought the pox as well, that's not good. The outbreaks of smallpox which has ravaged my court is finally over. Its victims have all either recovered or departed from this world. My patriarch Swearthread ensures me that all the bodies have been properly disposed of and that the threat is completely gone. Finally, we are safe. Very nice. That's looking much better. We still can't build anything, can we? Yeah, this is rather unfortunate. We're just really kind of waiting for technology. How long are we waiting for the battlements? It's going to be finished in 6 years. Okay, so we're still a little bit off of that. I think we're kind of falling behind in technology. Ah, my steward. So that would have been the King of Sweden. Seems to have lost his crown. Who's the King of Sweden now? Luckily, you have very good stewardship. So you will, in fact, be my new steward, and hopefully you will also be on my side. Now, you really don't like me. You're insolent and sweet. Your house ivoring. Oh, no. Wait, let's... That's not good. We have a history there. Of course, this is the house we've had a feud with for a while. I need to start swaying him. In fact, what I could do... Oh, we're promoting culture. We're not even on collect taxes. Let's go back to... Oh, that was hard to see. Let's pull him on collect taxes. I remember at the beginning of today, I even said we were on collect taxes, but we weren't. Let's try and sway the King of Sweden. Do you have that? You don't have an alliance with the Byzantine Empire, at least. Faction created against us. That's not good. Okay, you want the Empire of Ireland. That's fine. You don't really have any supporters. What do you want? You want the Kingdom of Ireland. Again, you don't have any supporters, so we don't have to worry about that. Independence faction. Also don't have to worry about this one. The Danish... Do we have to worry about the Danish? They've got men, but not enough to worry us. And, oh, the Danish Asatru as well. Oh yeah, we don't care about this. That's fine. I think in general, the faction situation it's not solved, but it's looking much better than it was at the beginning of today. I beckon my patriarch Swearthread to join me in the circle of the brass orbs and candles arranged on staves throughout the dark room. The incense cloying the air to ward off the bad vapours makes our eyes tear up in little time. This is how, through the corner of our eyes, we will spot the inscrutable form of angels. However, Swearthread soon takes pause. This feels wrong. These are divine beings not meant for mortal eyes to see. My intentions are pure, I assure you. We gain some... There we go, he's persuaded by my plea and we gain some learning. Lifestyle experience. That's not so bad. And also, one of the factions have disbanded as well. Things are looking much better. Now we just need to solve this gold problem, which is getting there a little bit. We're actually gaining more gold because we're greedy as well. Not really working out, is it, though? An experienced fighter has arrived. I wonder. I think we should be saving our gold because when we do get this new technology, we need to upgrade Dublin, and yeah, well, hopefully we can get some more of our settlements in our duchy, and we can upgrade them as well. The latest work of my acquaintance, Petty King Bolfoy. You are a neighbouring ruler. That's a lot of complicated letters in your name. Has become all the rage at court of late. The peace deals with feelings of sorrow and loss, and Bolfoy has publicly dedicated it to me. Oh, the spring of regret. When such beautiful countenance is hid from sight, the pain surely feels a personal slight. When one so great falls so far, all lives, all plans are left ajar. So far I've kept my thoughts to myself, but the buzz has grown too dramatic to ignore it for much longer. Now, both of these would lose our stress. I don't know how I quite feel about this. Yeah, it's a bit of a confusing one, is it? The poem is lauded. Okay. Yeah, I really don't know how I feel about that. Is everything looking good here? We can grant vassals to their rightful liege. That's the Queen of England. She's our friend right now, so I don't think we need to worry about that. Is there not a decision to talk to a friend when stressed? Doesn't seem... Borrow gold from a holy order? Ah, but we have to pay it back. So let's not do that. What's the point of borrowing gold if we don't need it? County of Kinder has gained military presence for 5 years. What's Dublin looking like? Our control is good. Development could be better, but well, we can't really afford to raise development at the moment. There we go. My son and heir is finally going to marry his wife. Hopefully she learned her lesson in court in today's episode. To the thoughtful Wolfmare, I gladly accept your marriage proposal. Your son and heir, Oswald, and my daughter, Olwen, will be joined in holy matrimony. May God grant them long life and many children. Excellent. I'm sure they will have a very happy marriage. Let's go ahead and sort out your education. You're rowdy. I think we're going to train you in a martial education. Why not? Let's find you a good educator as well. My antiquarian. 24 martial. Why not? Let's go ahead and send that off. And then we'll take you off the education list, we're calling it today. There we go. This list on the side of the screen can get quite lengthy. And I always like to have it open as it's very quick just to click across it. Now, I want to talk about our long-term goals for the Empire of Ireland. After we get a new perk. Disease resistance. Let's go ahead and get Iron Constitution. Improve our hygiene a little bit more. Now, we dealt with Sweden. Denmark is an ongoing thing, but for the most part, I think we're dealing with them. We could actually also speed things along here. Oh, religion. What's this? Wait, where was the problem? Here. You're insular sweet. Why is there Swedish here now? Demand conversion. And you. What's happened? Demand conversion as well. And then up here. I'm gonna demand conversion of you. things are getting messy. There's also some stuff in here. We'll address that in a moment. We need to get rid of this Asatru stuff. So what I might think of us start doing is actually helping them along here and converting faith. Let's go ahead and just speed things up, I guess. It's going to take a little bit, but that's fine. We will speak about the long-term plans of the Empire, I have remembered. But first, we need to do this. Greetings, my liege. I have decided to follow you into the light and convert to Irish Orthodox. Blessed be God. That was the right decision, as was that one. So are things fixed over here? We'll see. There we go. So all of these vassals have decided to convert to Irish Orthodox. Right, that was the right decision. Things are looking fine. Okay, as for the plans of the Empire, so easy to get sidetracked. Now, we dealt with Sweden. However, we still have these kingdoms here. Oh, you have... I forgot to pause the game. Greetings, my liege. I hereby invite you to a feast at my court in Athlone. It will be a grand affair worthy of your honourable presence. Oh dear. I know we're shy, but we can't deny it. We need to show our vassals we care. Now, this is quite the big... this isn't an ally. I think we could beat them, though. So we need to deal with this. It's not even a kingdom, actually. I mean, it's a petty kingdom. We need to deal with this petty kingdom. The sooner the better, because that's a big chunk of pagan land here. And then we also need to deal with this petty kingdom as well. Now, this one isn't as scary. They're actually much smaller. And then, of course, if we really want to, we do have this huge kingdom up here, Sapmi. In fact, it's a shame we can't do a holy war for kingdom right now, because they're looking rather weak. Unfortunately, time is just not on our side, and we're not a paragon of virtue. So I think we're going to have to do the other wars first. Probably this one, or maybe even this one, just because they're smaller. If we were to declare war, it breaks the truce, so we're not going to do it now. But we could do... we can only do a holy war for duchy, of course. It's going to be a long process to take this, isn't it? Yeah, we could take this. That would give us the remaining lands of Denmark. And then work our way up. It's something we're going to consider in the next episode. First, let's go to a feast and fill our bellies with good food. Every guest is gathered in the great hall, and our gracious host, old Dan, has welcomed us all to the feast. Ah, it's Dan again. My brother-in-law, vassal, and knight. This better be worth my time. I'm sure it will be. We're shy, but we do like some good food as well. What started as an ordinary feast became an exceptional one thanks to the presence of Earl Dan. We spoke all evening about all manner of subjects, and as things would have it, we seemed to have a lot in common. I had such a good time with him. What a good evening. There we go. Feasts aren't so bad, are they? Even if we are shy. The feast is dwindling down, and I find myself in deep conversation with my devious acquaintance Risto. Okay. He inquires about my opinion on friendship, a subject he is deeply interested in himself. It's a subject that fascinates me as well. Okay. We've made a new friend. There we go. It could help to have a friend, especially one who's good at intrigue. But he's also reclusive, so maybe we have some stuff in common there. We're not reclusive, but we are shy. After extensive conversation over our delectable dishes, old Dan expresses that he finds me most learned and wise, and that my utterances are always of inestimable worth to those less well-read than I. Oh, I feel less well-read sometimes. He recognises true intellect, I see. There we go. We're well-respected and wise. I think that's well-earned. What a feast. I will remember the days spent in Eldern's halls for a long time to come. Now it is time to wash off the traces of merriment and wine, and once more resume my duties as a lord of the realm. Farewell, my vassal. We do gain some stress because we're shy, but we made a new friend, and we've gracefully aged and increased our stewardship. That's not so bad, is it? Can we speak to a friend? We can write down our thoughts. Let's go ahead and do that. Bring our stress down a little bit more. I grab a pen and open my journal. With each sentence that graces the paper, I feel my shoulders relaxing. The clarity this process brings is unrivaled. I dip my pen once more. And there we go, and I think that's going to be a good place to leave it. So we look at the map, not too much has changed, although it's nice to see that there's no civil war currently ongoing in the Empire. In fact, absolutely zero. Even if I zoom in, wow. Is Ireland in a new age of peace, I wonder? I think with the new king of Sweden, he's starting to like us. He is terrified of us, which is useful. In fact, so is the Queen of Scotland. The Queen of England isn't, but that's probably because she's my friend. But in general, I think the realm is quite unified. We do have a few factions, but they're not that scary at all. And I think that would be a successful episode of diplomacy. So I'm happy with today. But yeah, that's going to be it for today, guys. Thank you for watching, as always, and thank you for the 1,000 subscribers recently. We've recently hit 1,000 subs, which is just mind-blowing. So thank you for your support in that as well. I will see you next time.